Hi, I'm Barrett.
And I'm Brandon.
And we are Bionicfitness. You look fabulous, by the way.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Today we're going to be talking about calf tension and how that influences your squat. And that is the main reason why Brandon is wearing his lovely heels. As you can see, his heel is raised off the floor, of course, in a heel. And the main thing that's happening is his calf is firing. And while it looks fabulous...
Thank you so much.
it is overworked and super tight right now.
Shady.
This calf tension actually can cause a lot of quadricep tension as well in the thighs. And then, of course, it can put you into an anterior pelvic tilt here. The reason for this is that raising your heel off the ground and keeping it there is actually causing you to move into a forward lean, okay? And that's going to cause those calves to fire. Brandon's going to walk you through a little bit of a workshop just to show you how that happens.
So if you at home can stand on up with me, and we're going to try and keep all of our joints nice and solid, what we're going to do is we're going to lean forward as far as we can without falling over. As you're doing this, you're going to feel your toes and your feet digging into the ground. What it's trying to do is push you backwards into place. What's responsible for that toe digging, or what's called plantar flexion, is the calf. Your calf is working really hard right now to try and resist this forward lean and push you back into place. So if you're wearing any kind of heel or raised heel in the back, your calves are going to be firing to try and pull you back into place.
You'll actually see this in a lot of everyday footwear. As you can see in this regular athletic shoe, the toe section is a lot thinner than the heel section. And that's still going to put you into that forward lean. Men's dress shoes do that, and regular everyday shoes do that too. You always have that little bit of extra height in the heel. There's no reason for this other than fashion. And this is actually really not good for your biomechanics.
Your feet also act as receptors. They take information around how stable your body is and the surface that you're walking on, and sends those messages to your brain to kind of respond with appropriate muscle contraction. If your feet and ankles are being perceived as unstable, your brain is going to fire signals to tense up those joints to try and stabilize them through tension instead of through strength and alignment.
You'll also see, so the way this manifests in your squat is a couple of different ways. You'll sometimes see trainers putting plates or putting something underneath your heel to actually make you squat better. This is not great. It's a real Band-Aid solution. The main reason for this is that it's going to continue to reinforce that forward lean, and it's actually going to put a lot of stress into those quadriceps as well, which is going to change your squat pattern.
So as you can see, if I do a squat, if I raise my heels, my knees are going to push forward and my quads are going to fire up and put excess tension on my knees. This is not good for your body, right? For trainers who are raising those heels, what they're trying to do is get you to achieve a squat even though you have a shortened calf, but this is not going to solve the problem of your shortened calf. In fact, it will make it worse.
Another way that it can manifest as well is if someone asks you to squat and then you do so, when you come down, you won't be able to keep your knees forward or move your knees, allow your knees to move forward because of that lack of ankle mobility and the calf tension. So what'll happen is as you come down into the squat, you'll feel like you're going to fall backwards, but instead what you'll do is you'll lean forwards to make up for that, right? So if you find that you're leaning forward quite a bit in your squats, that's a great signal to show that you need to stretch out those calves and create some more mobility in your ankle.
We are going to put out a video on mobility in general and kind of go through all of these compensation patterns and show you what muscles need to be stretched and how to do that.
Another way that people compensate with tight calves is in any plyometric or jumping movement. Brandon will show right now, but as you can, a lot of times what people will do is instead of jumping through those glutes, right? You can see that he's squeezing those glutes, pushing those hips forward and extending through the leg that way. The calves are working, but they are not the primary movers. Instead, what people will do is this, right? They won't squat very far down, and instead they're going to push off through their toes. And that is not great. We don't want that either because that's going to continue to reinforce that calf tension.
Excess calf tension crosses through your knees and will cause torsion or compression in that knee. So tight calves can cause a lot of knee pain.
So some ways to counteract this, of course, are stretching. And like Brandon said, we're going to do a mobility video, so you'll see it there. Another way too is to strengthen that opposing muscle, which is the tibialis anterior. Brandon, if you wouldn't mind flexing for just a second. There, can you see this right here? This muscle here is what's working and what's firing. This is what's going to help stabilize that ankle as well, right? We want to keep that knee and that ankle nice and stable and strong. And in that squat, that tibialis anterior should be working hard.
That's a great little movement to do while you're sitting at a desk, because believe it or not, when you are sitting down at a desk, your calf, again, is in that shortened position. And when your body sits in a shortened position for a long period of time, it's going to tighten up to kind of match that distance. So getting up out of your desk, moving around is really important, but also counterbalancing it with a tibialis anterior flex.
Pull it back, squeeze it hard, and hold it there for a few seconds. Thanks a lot, guys. That was our calf tension and squat video. We've got a few more videos coming out, so stay tuned. Of course, all of our information, our Instagram and our email is in the description below. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below as well.
A reminder, never work through aches or pains. Make sure you take care of those before you get into your workouts. Happy workouts, be healthy, strong, and pain-free.
Happy squatting.